because oftentimes the card I need is a 27 cent. Well, here's the problem. I've been doing too much of. I'll see a card. It'll be like 27 cents. I'll be like, cool, whatever. And then it'll be like, yeah, this art. You can get this art for $2. And I'm like, well, it's $2. Well, what's
Yeah.
the difference? It's $2, and the
I'm
art is
very
so much
much in a
better.
bling out phase. I'm like, that wild
Yeah,
magic sorcerer from the secret lair? Give me that. Give me that.
good. It
I,
looks so good.
the collector's box I'm getting, like
Yeah.
it's still like under my name. My friend's just gonna like buy it off of me. I said to him, I was like, low key, if you have a chrome mox for trade, I would also throw that in the
Yeah,
deal.
yeah. Let me know.
Yeah.
I
I was like, I'm
I
trying to
want
imprint.
Mm. Welcome to the Tap 2 podcast. I'm coming to you live from our brand new studio, aka my half-furnished apartment. So apologies for the mess around me. My camera does a fun thing where it likes to follow me around the room. So if it for some reason gets like, if it goes like, hey, see, yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's gonna whip around and just show like a mess.
it's gonna whip around and show my bank account info. It's like way too intrusive. So if it gets caught on camera, I apologize for that. Oh, by the way, Stasha, I neglected to mention this earlier. I did put the Tap 2 podcast down as collateral for the loan I needed for this new apartment. So we gotta really
Okay.
start podcasting hard.
Okay, all right. So don't know link in the bio.
Bio, because they're coming for me. They are
I asked
man,
my
they're not gonna be
accountant, I was like, how do I write off a podcast, Mike?
Yeah.
I've made no money from this venture, but how do I write it off?
I was my accountant said, "Do you have an LLC?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm living like chill." And he was like, "That's not what that means." Hey man, get out of my office.
Oh, that's awesome. So what are we talking
Um,
about today, Jonas?
Today, so Stosh, we had a recent discussion about something in particular that we decided would be a fun thing to talk about more. And we would decide we wanted to talk about vampires in general because I have been obsessed with these guys ever since I was a kid. And so in the last 2 weeks, I have watched every vampire movie I could get my hands on. Stas, I've watched Nosferatu. I've watched Bram Stoker's Dracula. I've watched all of Twilight. I've watched all the Blade movies.
Oh
I'm
my
locked
god.
in, Stas.
Oh my
I said
god.
I'm gonna learn it all.
I watched Twilight that one time.
Yeah. One of us is dedicated. All right. And I'm not gonna say who.
Well, okay, so here's a general question for you then. In the Skyrim, wait, you didn't play Skyrim?
I didn't play Skyrim, no.
Never mind, fuck me.
I played
Never mind, fuck
I
me.
played a couple of hours of Skyrim. I played maybe 4 hours of Skyrim to my friend's dismay.
Oh my god, that you can either choose to become a werewolf or a vampire lord, and if you became a werewolf, you're weird. The vampire lord was where it was at. Now you did go out in the sun, and it did bother you, but that's fine.
And I hate to interrupt. In the 3 hours I played of Skyrim, one of the only dudes I talked to revealed himself to be a werewolf out of nowhere. It was so fast. I was like, I do not know you well enough for this to be a conversation we're having.
Oh my god, you're bringing me back. The faction that is they're all lichens. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
They're all werewolves. Also, quick little interjection. I don't think Skyrim's very good, and I'm tired of pretending.
All right,
And
we're done. We're done. We can end this podcast right now.
Yeah, go ahead. And I played Skyrim, and I was like, man, this is boring. And so I asked people, I said, hey, Skyrim's got like a fun combat system. They go, not really. And I go, okay. Intriguing, like really interesting storylines. They go, eh. And I go, okay, cool. And I'm like, what do you like to do? Walk around. What? There's so many games I can walk around and do something. Why am I walking around in Skyrim?
That had to be the hottest take. That's the hottest take of the podcast. If you're listening to this, please flame Jonas for not liking Skyrim. Dude, people have put thousands of hours into that game.
people put 1,000 hours into a lot of things. So why I gotta support a game because people put 1,000 hours into it?
Wow.
Scott,
Okay.
I'm yeah.
You're lucky I
Look,
like you.
yeah. That's gonna do numbers on TikTok. Oh my god, they're in the they're in the comments. They're yapping it up. We got you. And if you listen to the full episode, you get to hear, oh snap, they did get him.
They
But
did.
and honestly, I will say this: I actually don't like Skyrim. That's
Oh my god. Okay. All right. All right. Get to your point about vampires, buddy.
your heart is doing so many flips. You're like, oh my god, it was a grift, and you're like, no, he believes it. And I'm like, yep.
Fuck, you're gonna make
So
me
okay,
believe.
first things first. Before we talk about a bunch of different vampire media, um, I'm so tired of us doing nebulous things that are hard to determine. You get to do fun episodes about specific pop culture. My episodes are always have to do fuck ass where I'm like, what's an MMO? What's a vampire? Do you know different cultures have definitions for vampires differently?
And different definitions for MMO. Apparently.
Yeah, yeah. So now I'm like, hey, I Google what's a vampire, and they're like, well, in this culture, they describe them as the Jiangxi. And I'm like, I don't want to. In this culture, they describe them as the blood sucking goat monster, the chupacabra. I'm like, I don't want to know about all this. I want to know what a vampire is. And
Sorry,
I
man,
think
you're getting educated. I hate to break it to you. This has been a ruse to get your numbers up.
I was actually hired by your fucking educational advisor to say let's lock back in.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
focus on up.
There's a lot of shit you don't know, buddy.
There's a lot. Essentially, I think the working definition that we're gonna kind of move forward with is that vampires are any creature, any undead creature that sustains itself using the vitality of another, often through the process of drinking blood. I think that is the cleanest way to move forward in this.
I like that. I like that.
Stas, I want to talk for first and foremost about a series I spent so many hours watching recently, Twilight. I think Edward Cullen should go to jail, and that is my selling point.
Why?
I think Edward Cullen is like 100 years old, and he is fucking a 17-year-old. And I think we need to. I think everyone let him slide. I think everyone let him slide so fast.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna say anything in defense because that could be interpreted so many ways. So I'm just gonna let it rest at that. Continue.
No. Go ahead. Eh, Camera guys, go ahead and cut to the close cam on Stas. Because
Yes, you are right.
okay.
In some cases, is being eternally stuck at what, like 18 years old?
That's the important. Now,
You know, like if it was Carlisle, that'd be weird. That'd be weird.
Okay, 'cause
Weirder.
but with Edward, but here's the thing: is Edward eternally 18? Right. That's what the discussion we need to have is: if you're a vampire and you're 18, are you like actively 18? Do you be like, I'm an 18-year-old, I'm a teenager, I'm gonna do teenage stuff forever? Ghosts, for some reason, if it's a ghost, I'm completely on the side of you're 18, you're a ghost, that's chill. But with a vampire, I'm like, you're a grown ass man.
But you stop aging, right? Like that's the whole point. At least in the Twilight universe, whatever age you become a vampire, you're just there. That's just you for eternity.
So I say I got a good skincare regimen. I'm getting my shit. My shit looks nice. I get to just hang around at the public high school because I got a silky skin now.
And the official stance of the Tap 2 podcast is even in the afterlife, black don't crack.
Black don't crack. So now it's on me. Well, essentially, for those who are just now realizing it, this podcast is, for this episode at least, is less a history of vampires and more us going to be going through popular vampire media. Because we're also going to be talking about Sinners today, which I've also recently watched.
So good. So good.
It's so good. But
didn't deserve best Oscar, but that's best actor.
And this is off the record. We've been saying a lot of things off the record. I don't think Michael B. Jordan deserved that Oscar either. I mean,
okay, I'm vindicated.
I will say this. everyone was talking about he played two characters so differently. There was never a time where I was watching that shit and thinking these guys are so different. I'm like,
Yeah,
we get
yeah,
it,
yeah,
we get it,
yeah.
we get it,
I
MBJ,
said that's Michael
and
B.
I love
Jordan, and that's also Michael B. Jordan.
it.
Smoke and stack. Cool.
I'm getting it. I'm putting it together. Also, I don't think vampires are very scary, and that's my second point I wanted to really discuss.
Oh, okay. All right. Hot take. That's another hot take. I guess depends on
Is
the
that
media,
really
but
a hot take?
well, I
I
think
don't.
we'll get into it. But like, what media are we talking about? Because I thought the vampires and sinners were pretty scary. Like, they definitely had like a sort of evil aura to them. But like the vampires in Twilight, I'm like, you're just hot. Like you're.
I don't think the vampires and sinners very evil aura. Absolutely, I get it. They have, I mean, but you get give those make them regular dudes with knives. It's this. I'm the same level of like afraid, I guess, because
Yeah.
I'm like, it's just a bunch of guys.
Okay. All right. All right.
It's just the thing that's scary. I guess like it's the same thing with zombies, I suppose, which is the assimilation factor is the part that is scary.
Yeah.
Turning you into one of them and denying yourself is what is frightening. And it makes you wonder what like vampirism has been an allegory for is like losing that sense of self. A lot of what we gain from vampirism, and once again back into the research that I've done, is 18th century Europe is where a lot of these things tend to unfold, right? It is that early vampirism. It is like back when everyone is in these dark and dank times and people are lacking in food and they start telling each other these like dark and evil stories of these creatures bumping in the night, and that is where we're getting a lot of the creatures and evil stuff that we're getting into. And I know what you're thinking, 18th century seems a little off, right? You're probably like, that's 1700s.
Yeah.
Did you know that in the original Dracula there's just straight up a cowboy?
What?
I, there's I'm telling you, a lot of this stuff is not as old as we're like making it out to be. There's straight up a cowboy in Dracula.
But it doesn't. Isn't the original? Does it? Okay. Here. Does the original take place in Transylvania, which is some tucked away corner of Europe?
Yeah, it just can't. Oh, so you're telling
And
me
and John Wayne waltzed in there and said, "Put him up, put him up, vampire. Stop
well,
sucking that blood."
in, in Bram Stoker's 1897 novel Dracula, there's a American cowboy character by the name of Quincy P. Morris.
Okay. All right. And
He
he's crucial to the story because this is the first I've ever heard of QPM.
he's like from Texas. He's pretty crucial. He's like he I mean he dies in the final confrontation with Dracula.
Spoiler
But
alert to anybody who hasn't read
sorry,
the
oh yeah,
original Dracula.
for all our Quincy heads out there, I'm so sorry. Quincy is gonna have to, in fact, go down on this one. I think the novel of Dracula itself also is very quite funny because a lot of it is just made completely up about Transylvania. There's not
Yeah.
a castle where he said there's a castle. Half of the shit that he talks about is wrong. Bram Stoker is just like drunkenly chit-chatting about some dude who didn't exist with an accent that doesn't exist, and Transylvania, like as a place, is not like, hey, we should fix this. They're like, I didn't even like, can I be honest, I didn't even know Transylvania was a real place. I thought it was like made up. I mean, I know it's like made, you know what I mean, but I didn't know there was a real stand-in as well.
Yeah, I guess I mean it's so assimilated with Dracula.
Yeah,
And
like,
also I don't know if you looked at like Nosferatu came first, right?
yeah, he's the original vampire guy.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure like in media if like Nosferatu was written or like had been created first and then Dracula came along.
What happened first was the novel Dracula came first,
Yeah.
but Nosferatu the movie came before Dracula the movie. So Nosferatu was the
Oh,
popular vampire for quite a bit of time. Have
okay.
you did you see Nosferatu?
The new one? Yeah. Yeah, I saw it.
Uh, Willem Dafoe is such a fucking little freak, and I'm obsessed with him. I think I would watch Willem Dafoe do anything.
He's in that class of actor that you're like, you're really good at what you do, and that's
Yeah.
sometimes that's almost a detriment to to yourself.
I think he's probably a very handsome guy. Not my cup of tea particularly, but he's probably quite a handsome guy. I couldn't imagine watching Willem Dafoe in a rom-com. Like if he's just like, do you think I couldn't watch him like kiss or like I couldn't do any of that. That would
Yeah,
really throw me off.
that's not
Anyway,
really that's not his
that's not his
repertoire.
bag. Well,
Yeah,
here's the thing, right? For so long, the idea of vampires being these like sexy vampires for a long time were like Nosferatu, right? Were these gross, grimy Willem Dafoe types. That feels so fucked up for me to say of one of my favorite actors.
fucking whoa, caught a stray.
Blah, blah. And then the idea of them being these suave, smooth, sexy guys was very, drastic and different.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, well, if I love fucking whatever Josh Allen's wife is named. I can't remember it.
Haley
She
Steinfeld.
seems Haley Steinfeld is gorgeous, absolutely.
Sure.
And when she's talking to him all about that cooter and spit in my mouth shit, I'm loving it. Great.
I don't remember that part of Sinners. I'll be honest with you.
That was do I have a special copy of Sinners? I'm pretty sure she was talking crazy. She was talking crazy that entire Sinners film. You must not
Hmm.
not have been paying attention.
I was too focused on the vampire shit.
My ass was like, vampires. What is she on?
Yeah. You're like spitting my mouth.
Yeah, spill my mouth. Talk to me.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, but I think the idea of like vampires is a very sexy thing. It's kind of gotten to a point in our society where it's a bit played out, and I am enjoying the bend back towards making monsters scary again. Like we had hot Frankenstein, we had hot zombies, we've had hot all of it.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know, it feels a bit boring. So it is very cool to see monsters being monsters again. Do you
Yeah.
prefer hot monsters or scary monsters?
A little sidebar. It is funny. I have a work in progress deck on Moxfield called Hot Sexy Vampire Tribal. So I think that might answer your question.
That's fair. My
I mean,
my
you know what I liked about Sinners?
sidebar to your sidebar real quick.
Okay, go for it.
My first ever commander deck for Magic the Gathering, as we're saying, is a deck called Ghouls and Goths, Baddies and Bodies, which was all hot zombies. It was every character with a sexy zombie in the art,
Oh
and
yeah.
it was surprisingly a lot of them.
This is why we started this.
This is why, this is actually why we brought this episode together, is to talk about which zombies are hot. No,
I
but
like
yeah. How
I,
do you feel about that?
I like when I like when monsters are. I guess I don't know. I flip back and forth. One thing I enjoyed about Sinners is that they look normal when they're just kind of doing their own thing, and then the vampire bit comes out when they get like
Yeah.
bloodthirsty, like it's like the teeth and all that. You know what? Low key is like a good. What I think is like a good. Do you remember the first Ghost Rider with Nick Cage?
Yeah, of course I remember the first Ghost Rider with Nick Cage.
Remember when are they like the devil's sons? I forget. It's so long since I've seen that movie. When they like become like their skin turns blue and their eyes black and they got all the teeth. I like that they go from like normal to that. Like that's cool
Okay,
to
so
me.
you like the juxtaposition. Well, the idea. So this is something that we find a lot more in many modern vampire stories. Is the idea that they could be walking amongst us. The idea that these creatures can be found within the hollowed halls of any sanctum. That I find very spooky and scary, which is
Sure.
like I'm in the alley, I'm taking out the trash, whatever. Jack the Ripper style, a vampire descends from the head, the tops of a building, comes and eats me. That's
Yeah.
fucking spooky. Also, and I promise this episode isn't just all side notes and us tangentially talking about vampires. Do you know how many people Jack the Ripper killed? I think it's like 4.
Oh, I was gonna say like 200 or something like that.
Yeah, right. I feel like we need for like a guy we all know. It isn't it a little crazy that like
How
five
many?
women. He
5
murdered
women?
5 women.
Nah. Take him out of the Hall of Fame. Take him out
What
of the Hall
I'm
of
saying.
I think it was like the first what I actually, now that you're bringing this up, I think it was like the first time like a paper printed like
Oh, like
his like
murders.
no, like his moniker, like they were like Jack the
Mhm.
Ripper, and then that is kind of what stuck. And then they were like,
Okay.
this guy's gonna be great, and then he only ends up killing 5, and you're like, that was kind of mid as hell. That's
Yeah,
kind of
he's
mid as
not,
hell. In a
like
world with no tracking, they couldn't do your DNA, they couldn't figure
you.
anything out.
You put me back in the day and make me white, I could get a lot of murders off. I could get a lot of numbers up. I'm just
Those
saying
are
that.
rookie numbers. Get those numbers up, Jack.
Those numbers up. What are we talking about? Jack the Ripper, 4, 5 women, and this is
L.
your goat.
L. Jack, this
L,
is your
L, Jake.
fucking,
I'm,
not even
I'm
top 10. Not even top 10.
saying. I think like there's probably, and obviously because the world is a very dangerous place, it's probably 5. There's probably dudes who've killed 5 women just out and about right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you don't hear about, Steve the neighbor.
You don't hear about this episode's gonna be a lot of us veering far because next up we want to talk about is Blade. If we're talking about famous vampires and classically famous vampires, Blade is, aka the Daywalker, is a character who is half human, half vampire, granting him the ability to walk during the day. And his journey is that he must slay a bunch of vampires. And it created a series of movies in the 90s and early 2000s that actually I think was one of the big boons, one of the first like successful superhero movies
Yeah.
that led to a huge renaissance of, and then it leads to stuff like Spider-Man, which is, I think, quintessentially the comic book movie that kind of starts the comic book movies off. But Blade was kind of there beforehand. These movies are fucking buck wild. I don't Have you seen Blade?
I
Please
remember
tell me you've seen.
no, I remember seeing Blade 1 a long time ago, but I have not watched them like I haven't, honestly, I forget.
Wesley Snipes is the most insane human being I've ever. Wesley Snipes should be talked about the way we talked about Jack the Ripper. He's actually
Really?
it's, well, no, I guess not for crimes, just
Yeah,
for being
yeah.
a weird guy. He was every single line delivery in that movie is so staggered and so strange, and he'll just say things that cannot be in the script. One time he goes, "Some people always trying to ice skate uphill," and I don't know what that means. I don't know what you're talking about,
In the
Blake.
context of a Vampire Slayer movie.
There's no ice skating. This is the thing he says. He's got the coolest weapons. He's got the coolest vibe. It is a quintessentially like, and I'm overusing that word, but it is so emblematic of that time. It is
Right.
the Matrix. I think before the Matrix, it is black trench coats, sick ass raves, knife thing he throws around. No,
Yeah.
he no looks the knife shuriken, kills a bunch of vampires, catches that hoe. I've never seen Blade was moving in a completely different way.
Is that movie rated R?
That movie's so rated R. There's
Okay,
no
I was
way
gonna say you can't
they
have a
have
vampire movie not be rated R. Sans Twilight, but
yeah, Twilight we let it slide. Although Twilight got really, really, really violent at times. You know that just when they were like popping heads off and like
yeah,
chopping out necks.
the last fight scene, I was like, this movie's rated PG-13. Like, imagine you're a kid and you're just watching heads roll. Like,
I don't need to imagine it. I was there.
it
I was
happens.
inside. I was watching it.
Yeah. So
I,
is Blade like? That's
Mhm.
it's interesting because like I don't know the origin story of Blade, which I should as a nerd, but
I believe there's certain different origins. I believe one of the popular origins is that his mother was bitten while pregnant with him, and so he became half vampire, half man.
okay.
The
It's kind of like
Daywalker,
getting an
if you
STD
will.
from a toilet seat. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and hey, let's go. Let's talk. Let's hey, podcast over. Let's go ahead and talk to the side. Let's go. Somewhere along the way, someone lied to you, and I don't know who it was.
Well, no, I was always told that you couldn't become a vampire because your
Oh,
mom got bit. So
You wear your dental dam so you can't become a vampire. So that's how you make sure everything stays on the up and up. That's
yeah. And why is his mission to kill other vampires?
I think because a vampire killed his mom. Like that
Uh,
that'd make me mad.
so it's just vendetta. There's like, aren't there like 3 movies? Like,
Why are you like you're so against Blade all of a sudden?
I'm not. I'm asking like
You-
we've gone from Twilights who are like, sexy romantic like that to Nosferatu's a gross monster. I'm just curious about it. What's his ego? What's his id?
he's a hero slaying vampire. What does he need more than that? It feels like I feel like I'm doing a lot of Blade defending, which it feels like didn't need to. Blade's a guy. He's a guy who kills vampires.
You researched, you watched. How did you feel after watching the movie? Were you like, I'm on his side?
I'm gonna be honest. At a certain point, I don't think Blade was doing it because of the vendetta. I think Blade was doing it because that's what he does. I think if Blade wasn't fighting vampires, he would be an actual like psychopath. Because the way he's taking these guys out, he rips out a dude's throat and throws it at another guy. I've never seen that happen before in my life.
Wait, now I kind of have to watch this movie.
Blade is the first scene of Blade. I'm just gonna go ahead and set the scene for everyone at home. We're in this like dark rave. It's sexy, it's grimy, it's nasty. This hot girl brings this dude over. This dude's like, dude, I'm loving it here. I got invited with this mysterious woman. Okay, she's dancing, she's moving, she's grooving. All of a sudden, people start pulling at him. What's happening? What's happening? Oh no, sprinklers. Blood. This guy goes, oh my god, I'm at a vampire rave. I gotta get out of here. He doesn't know it's vampires. He's just spooked. I gotta get out of here. He's trying to escape. He's crawling out. He sees someone's shoes. Big black boots. We pan up. It is Wesley Snipes, Blade. High top, no fade. He is the We're zooming in on Blade.
With no brim. That's just
Yankee no brim, high top, no fade. I've never seen him. I almost said some words. I've never seen a fella with that kind of fit on. He had the katana on his back. And he was moving crazy. The second Blade shows up, everyone starts freaking out. All the vampires who were like scary, spooky, are now like, oh my god, Blade's here!
Oh my god, high top, no fade. High top, no fade.
Blade has so much aura in those films. It's insane.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with it.
Wow. Okay. My homework this weekend is to watch Blade.
Please go watch Blade and then watch Blade 1. Blade Trinity, the third film in that franchise. One of the worst films I've ever watched.
It's a saga? What?
Sorry, did you not know it's a saga?
I knew there was Blade 1 and Blade 2, but I did not know Blade Trinity existed.
Well, Deadpool's in Blade Trinity. Ryan Reynolds is essentially playing Deadpool in that movie.
Wait, actually?
He's not Deadpool, but he talks exactly like him. He's Ryan Reynolds with a fucking katana or whatever. Look up Ryan Reynolds Blade Trinity.
Wait, are you crazy? They don't reference that in Deadpool? In the newest Deadpool?
I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my god, you're so right. You're so right. He has the worst like mutton chop looking thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
I don't know who the barber is on that. I think that's just how they did it in the early 2000s. They were just like, this is kind of what we do to people.
And Jessica Biel. Wow.
Yeah. This was a film. This was a movie.
Yo, Dominic Purcell, did you ever watch Prison Break? This has nothing to do with vampires, but you ever watch Prison Break?
yeah, I've seen Prison Break.
Okay, that's it.
I haven't seen Prison Break.
Dude, you should watch Prison Break.
Is he the guy with the shaved head? Is he the actor who played in the CW? He plays Iceman, not Iceman. He plays Captain Cold.
Heatwave. He plays Heatwave.
He plays Heatwave.
He plays the brother Heatwave, and then the other guy in Prison Break plays Captain Cold.
That's what I was thinking, because I'm thinking of the other guy.
Prison Break season 1, for anybody out there, is some of the best TV ever created.
So for anyone who's listening, you have 2 things to watch. Blade. Number 1, Blade. Stop what you're doing right now and go watch Blade. You might be on a run. You might be washing dishes. I don't know what you're doing. I don't give a shit. Stop what you're doing. Go watch Blade and then come back here because it's crazy. It's crazy. All right. I
Some
know you're like,
people always try to ice skate
I skate
uphill.
uphill. I rewatched that scene maybe 3 times trying to figure out what the fuck he was talking about. My first I thought he was saying some people always trying to ice skate their bill, and I said, "Oh, okay." I think
That
I'm
makes
starting to.
more sense.
I don't know. And then I said, "No, no, no, run that back." Anyway, if we were definitively ranking the movies in which I think are in fact good vampire movies, I think the number one vampire movie has to be Gary Oldman and Bram Stoker's Dracula. He does. Have you seen this film?
No, no.
Stas, what are you watching? I'm watching 19 vampire movies in a week. I thought you would at least maybe tune into one of them. I did my
No.
only research. I did one Google search about vampires, and I said, "Fuck it, I'll just watch every vampire movie ever made."
It has not well, okay. I'm the reason for this conversation, but anyway, go.
Yeah,
I watched all the Twilights.
he did. I also watched all the Twilight.
And you're on Jasper's side now.
I'm actually, you know what, Jasper? They were getting a bit uppity in the north.
You done.
I think you done made some good points, Jasper. It was about rights. I can't imagine a worse crib to hang out with than the Cullens crib. The Cullens crib sounds so terrible.
God,
Imagine you're in,
the way I would feel like a stranger at all points.
imagine you're in Forks, Washington, and you're kicking it at the Cullens. Hey, my family over there, we smelled you. We like how you smell. Come on, kick it with us, or whatever they said to Bella. They're kicking it at the crib. Imagine how bad of a vibe it is. Half of them are hooking up and they're siblings.
Yeah,
Half of them
yeah.
are they're all old and weird. Everyone's rude and has terrible vibes. It sounds like the worst place ever.
Yeah, Anna Kendrick clocked that shit very early on. She was like, they're siblings, but they're definitely hooking up. That was so true. That was actually what was happening.
I will say this. Rosalie, my beloved. That's actually the one of them that I will let slide. I think she's actually so cool.
Is that Emmett's wife or whatever? Girlfriend?
Wow. Just like a man to only know a woman based on her relation to a man. And just like a worse man to forget which one is which. I think it's the blonde one. I think she's the one. Which one's the blonde one?
We were looking up. It is okay. I knew exactly who you were talking about, but I had to confirm.
One of us could have gotten away without looking like an asshole. Now we both look like assholes.
We were looking up because Emma is explaining like the powers that they get when they become a vampire, and I was like, oh, that's sick. Imagine you become like you become a vampire and you're this badass like predator hunting machine, and you also get a superpower, and then you find out some vampire superpowers is like they have pyrokinesis, and they're like, what's yours? And you're like, I feel emotions pretty strongly.
One of the most annoying things about vampire media that I've come across is that no one ever knows what the fuck a vampire can do. Castlevania seasons 1 and 2, which is an anime about hunting vampires, which is quite good. No one knows what the fuck a vampire does. Sometimes a vampire turns into like a dog. Sometimes a vampire can fly. Sometimes a vampire can use a magic sword. Sometimes a vampire can shoot fireballs and ice lasers. No one has any idea what the fuck a vampire does, and it pisses me off. Sometimes they can hang out outside. Sometimes they can't. Sometimes a stake to the heart kills them. Sometimes it doesn't. It's so confused. Sometimes garlic kills a vampire. Sometimes garlic is fine. No one knows what kills a vampire at any given point in any piece of media. It is so confusing and convoluted.
I love it though, because like Stephanie Meyer, right? Yeah, just says like, fuck it. Like, it's my world. I'll do what I want. She's like, yeah, this vampire can touch you and see every memory you've ever had in your whole life. And this vampire knows when people are upset. So
yeah. You know who else knows when people are upset? Me.
Yeah.
Hey man, seems like you're having a rough
Any
day.
person, any never mind. I was gonna make a bad joke.
Yeah, you.
Say,
Oh
any
my
person
goodness.
who doesn't have autism can tell
I
when
was gonna
somebody
say,
else
I
is
knew you were
autistic.
gonna say any neurotypical person can be like, "Hey man, seems like you're having a rough one," and I wouldn't have laughed. I lied. I lied. What does it say? Anyway, Stash, if you were to be a vampire, what would your vibe be? Because I've been thinking about my vampire vibe for a while. Because there's a lot of different options. You can be sexy teenager. You could
Why do
be.
I have to be sexy? Can't I just be
I
sexy?
didn't,
Can't I
I didn't
just be sexy?
I didn't say you. I'm sorry. I didn't say you had to be. It seems like you really cling to that teenager thing. Seemed like you got a little excited. I didn't say you had to be. I was listing
I
options.
want
You
that
said
off
stop.
the record. No, I want it on the record that I do not want to be a
He,
sexy teenage vampire.
he said stop. I don't need to hear another word. I'm all for it.
You didn't even
I
what we do in the shadows. I want to be
yeah
Nandor the Relentless.
yeah.
That's what I want to be. Or the
I
most
want to
devious
be
man in New York
in
City.
New York City.
That's what I want. I want to be an oblivious vampire who just has powers and exists in the real world.
I would love to be a vampire who sits still for so long that I become a statue. I think that would be so sick. That I would just be
What?
like, that's a thing. That's a thing that happens to some vampires, and I believe happened in Twilight. You would just kick it like this,
You're lying.
and then and then long enough that happens. That's something they discuss when they're meeting all the vampires around the campfire. I took notes. I was locked into Twilight.
What a terrible detail. Yeah, like
Yeah,
some vampires are gargoyles. I don't know.
I can't. Can I remember any of the Cullens' names? No. Can I remember? Hey, did that one turn to stone? That's crazy. He said that.
So the vampire you would be one that just becomes dormant. Just sits
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I'd be kicking it, man.
I would want to
I
be one
can't
of those
stop.
vampires with like insane drip, you know?
Oh
Like
yeah, yeah.
I am sexy. I'm full adult. On the record, I'm
Okay,
full adult.
yeah.
And I wear like you remember in School of Rock when Spider wears that like vest?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I want the
Hey,
long hair. I want that and I want an 8-pack.
that is so funny to reference Spider from School of Rock, who is, who is a character I only remember because I remember as a child I thought the principal was so hot. I was like,
Mhm.
"Whoa, this principal's got it going on." And I remember Spider was about to hook up with the principal, and I remember as a kid being like, go ahead, Spider, do
That
your
guy went
thing."
on to be a politician.
Spider?
Yeah, dead ass. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let me confirm.
He be- that guy's the governor. That guy, his name, Donald Trump. His-
And his name? Yeah, he is currently serving as the criminal district attorney for Tyler County, Texas.
oh wow, DA is actually kind of big.
Hey, the more you
Oh,
know.
oh, I think there's someone at my door. Give me a second. Yeah, yeah. Hey, the name's Jerome Business, and I had a loan out to Jonas Clark. And
This
I'm
is
here
your
to call it-
vampire alter ego. The guy who enjoys the Caribbean.
Allow me to explain. Jonas took a loan out for his apartment, and he put the podcast as collateral, and I'm here to collect.
This episode is so random. Uh,
So, Stash, I've spent a lot of money on Jonas's apartment, and we're gonna need to start helping making some of this money back. And so, I have a money-making opportunity for you, and I think
okay.
you're gonna help me out, okay?
Okay.
I also happen to run Paramount Studios. That's a thing I also happen to do, okay?
Was there
You need
someone
to
actually at your door?
No, of course not. It's me, Jerome Business. Jerome Business was at my door.
You fooled the shit out of me.
As in my Jerome Business.
Okay. Okay. What's the business proposition, Jerome?
I'm gonna list some movie monsters, and you're gonna tell me hot or not. And then we're gonna use that to determine if I should make movies based on them.
Okay. All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
Invisible Man, hot or not?
I like to believe hot.
Okay, all right. It's greenlit. Next movie. Godzilla. You think we can make a movie where we make Godzilla fuckable?
Yes.
It's greenlit. Next movie. Do you think we can make another movie where we make Frankenstein's monster fuckable?
I want him. I too many fuckable Frankensteins. I want less.
Okay. All right, fire everyone who's working on the Frankenstein movie.
Jacob Elordi and Christian Bale gotta go.
Do you think Jacob Elordi's Frankenstein was hot? Because I'm hearing a lot of different things from people.
Yeah, like I did.
Okay. You
That
said
scene
that
where
sort
he's
of
on the
heated.
table and he's like tied up, and you're like, okay, all right. Didn't know I was watching Euphoria.
You said that the same way someone like shows their bad report card. You said it like, I guess he is a little bit.
Yeah, begrudgingly.
Right.
Yeah.
I talked to my man Guillermo del Toro, and he told me he already did one of these, but I gotta ask: Creature from the Black Lagoon, hot or not?
No, I'm a firm no. Too much water. Water
slimy?
means water means sand. Too much sand. Too slimy.
You heard it here first. Stosh likes it dry. Keep it nice and dry. Next, Aliens. We could do like a play on Arrival. We could call it Coming. How do you feel? Hot or not?
Is that what they look like?
Apologies for those listening to audio only. Stosh peaked his mic so he could not hear.
Is that what they look like from Arrival? Or are we talking like Paul? Like
We can do a Paul situation.
Paul.
Okay. And last but not least, hot
yes,
or
Mr.
not,
Business.
please call me Jerome. And last but not least, werewolves, hot or not?
Yeah, sure. But only the ones that go on hind legs.
Okay. Well, that's all we needed today. I think I'm gonna let your friend have an extension on his loan. Now, Stasha, as someone who doesn't host this podcast, I have to ask: if I were interested in hearing more of this podcast and maybe engaging with some socials, where would I be able to go?
I'm so glad you asked, Mr. Business. I will not call you Jerome. You can find the Tap 2 podcast on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify.
Yes. Well, I gotta go. I got more business to do. If my name isn't Jerome Business.
Thanks for stopping by.
Adios, folks.